Nigel Farage's hard-hitting new plan to crack down on illegal migration sparked a blistering clash on GB News after former Lib Dem Minister Norman Baker slammed the policy as disgusting. Farage's supporters hit back immediately, with commentator Claire Mullen insisting the Reform UK leader is listening to the people after what she condemned as a year of Labour atrocity. The GB News studio then descended into chaos as both sides launched a ferocious onslaught against one another following Baker's attack on Farage. What happened next left viewers stunned. Watch the clip. Before starting, subscribe to the channel. Like and write your opinion in the comment.
Did you know over 95% of our viewers aren't subscribed? Subscribing is free and helps us create more great content. Hit subscribe now and join our community.
Farage promised to deport 600,000 migrants involves deals with the Taliban and Iran's Ayatollah.
This is, I think, ugly is the word I would use, and I think it's rabble-rousing, and I think it's very unfortunate we've crossed a line. There is a serious issue about how migration is treated in this country, but this sort of response from Nigel Farage is frankly disgusting and whips up people to have a fear and a hatred of people who are, in many cases, vulnerable and have come here having escaped their lives and be subject to torture. We need to treat people with dignity in this country, no matter who they are. And then we can talk about what we can do about migration, but not this way.
I totally get what you're saying. I know where you're coming from here, but the reaction that we're getting here on this programme is that people are saying, about time somebody's grasping this whole situation.
There are clearly things that need to be done, and I've argued on this programme before, for example, that successive governments have taken far too long to deal with applications and far too long to allow appeals and so on. So there is stuff that needs to be done, of course there is. But let's not take lessons from Nigel Farage. The year before Brexit, 9 people arrived in this country on boats. 9 people on small...
Yeah, they were coming in the back of lorries then. It was a different way.
But we weren't having 50,000, 60,000 on lorries. We weren't. What's happened with Brexit is we've lost the ability to return people to other European countries through the Dublin Agreement, and that's actually, I mean, we were told by Brexit we're going to shut our borders down. The opposite's happened. People have flooded into this country since Brexit.
Illegally, Norman, illegally. They're coming here illegally. Brexit's got nothing to do with that. Look what's happening with the impact of non-Brexit in Italy, Germany and France, Norman.
We had the ability...
They've still got the European Union cuckold.
Yes.
We don't. It's still affecting them too. So do not bring Brexit into
Well, I will bring Brexit into it.
And whilst I think this is a very ugly optic, deportation, departures, you can sling anything at Nigel Farage, but what he is doing is opening up the conversation, and he's listening. He's listening to the electorate, and he's listening to the voters in this country that have been not listened to for a myriad of years. 14 years of Conservative government, 1 year of this atrocity that we have now under Starmer, and now this.
What do you make of the plan, Claire?
I think he is... I mean, the thing with reform, I think we all need reform in this country with a small r. But what Nigel Farage and Richard Tice and the rest of them in reform is doing is playing to the masses, OK?
Yes, that's what they are doing.
They are playing to the narrative that, yeah, whatever they're doing, if they're whipping them up, but people are feeling that way. Don't patronise, Norman. And what is happening is the fact that they are adopting now things that they could do, and they've looked to Trump, they've looked to the West, they've looked to the US and thought, OK, maybe I can do this. But if he will open up negotiation with the Taliban in Afghanistan, then that's great. Give them back. Take them back.
Do you know what will happen?
Well, Germany has a deal with the Taliban.
109 people. Do you know what will happen if people get sent back to Afghanistan and Iran? They will be tortured. They'll be killed. The women there will be subject to imprisonment.
Look,
this is what's going to happen.
should be there fighting for the women and children there. They shouldn't be leaving to come here.
Are you going to condemn people to go back to countries where they're going to be tortured and death?
The only way they can change those countries is by feet on the ground and infiltrate some change and get change done for those countries.
We cannot wash our hands of people.
Yeah, we'll do a deal with you. Send them all back here. Everybody who's offended us, we'll have them back.
Yeah, and then what happened to them? They'll be killed or they'll be tortured. That's what will happen when we send people back to these countries. And the other thing is 600,000. This figure's plucked out of the air. Where's that figure come from? You can only get to that figure if you include people who are subject to indefinite leave to remain in this country, people who are working, who contribute to society, doctors, nurses, the care sector, public transport. They'll have to go. People in those sectors will have to go to get to that 600,000 figure. This is simply an attempt to whip up people and install hatred of others.
Stay tuned for more.
Sparks flew on GB News as veteran political commentator Kelvin McKenzie unleashed a blistering attack on Angela Rayner after she attempted to defend her decision to buy a third property. Joining People's Channel hosts Cameron Walker and Olivia Utley, McKenzie tore into what he dismissed as absolute tosh, making it clear he wasn't holding back. "I couldn't care less if she buys whatever she wants," he said, "but let's not forget, it's her party that has a problem with people owning more than one home. The hypocrisy is staggering." Live on air, he exposed Rayner's claims and ripped apart the flimsy excuses she used to justify owning a third home, leaving her reputation in tatters. Watch the clip.
Isn't there an argument that a working-class woman who's done well for herself, made her own money, should be able to spend that money on whatever she likes?
Yes, I'm totally in favour of it. I'd like her to buy 3,000 homes. I don't care. But remember, it's her party that cares. It's her party that doesn't want you, actually, it seems to me, to own a second home. So, look, she makes £159,000 a year. She will for the next 4 years, and then it will probably be down to about 80 grand when she gets turfed out of, when they get turfed out of government. But the issue is that on top, that the reason that she says she wants it is she wants a home near London for her work. Well, I know she's a northern girl, but I don't know whether she knows that Hove is actually 50 miles from London. And if with the way that the late night working works within Parliament, late night voting, she can't be sure, thanks to, by the way, her trade union friends who operate the railways, that in fact she's going to be able to get home at night. So how does that work? And the answer for her, uniquely, as distinct from everybody else in the country, is that she has a government home, a grace and favour flat in London as well. So the idea that this is being used as some kind of work pad 50 miles from her workplace is absolute tosh. Why doesn't she just tell the truth, that she likes Hove, a very nice place, by the way, I know Hove, right? And she wants to go swimming, and she wants to be photographed bobbing along the English Channel, probably meeting some of her constituents for the future, right? And therefore, why doesn't she just come clean with it? As it is, she's also revealed, of course, that she is going to have to pay, because it's her second home, because her major home is her constituency home, well, that's what she says, she's going to have to pay double council tax for having a second home. I am massively hostile to that idea. I think it's perfectly fair for people to own more than one home. Life isn't fair, right? There are some people who look like me, and there are some people who look like Brad Pitt. That's the basis of it.
Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel